Hey everyone and welcome. So for, decades now, the good old VPN has been our go-to gatekeeper for remote access. But, in today's world of constantly changing threats, we've got to ask a pretty serious question. Is that old guard still really up to the job? Okay, let's dive in and unpack this huge shift that's happening in cybersecurity right now.
Really think about it for a second. When your team connects from home or a coffee shop or maybe halfway across the planet, how sure are you that connection is actually safe? That's the big question we're going to tackle today.
So, to really get where we're heading, we've got to look back at where we came from. Let's start with the tech we all know, the one that's been running the remote security game for years, the VPN.
The thinking was super simple, made a lot of sense. You build this big, strong wall around all your digital stuff, your data, your apps, your network, and you just pour all your energy into guarding that one main gate. Easy, right?
And that castle and moat model, that's exactly what a VPN does. It's like a secret protected tunnel that gets you under the moat and safely inside the castle walls. The whole approach is about that strong outer defense. But, and this is a big but, it works on one critical and frankly dangerous assumption. Once you're inside, you're trusted. You're one of the good guys. And right there, that's the fatal flaw. What happens if a bad guy steals a legitimate password? Or what if some malware sneaks onto a trusted employee's laptop? The whole castle and moat model just falls apart. It has no answer for that because all of its defenses are facing outward.
This brings us to the breaking point. The very foundation of that old fortress is starting to crack under the pressure of a totally new environment.
And look, this wasn't some slow, gradual thing. It was a massive shift. We've got cloud apps, mobile devices, a workforce that's literally everywhere. The whole idea of a simple, single perimeter to defend, it just doesn't exist anymore.
This is the world we live in now. It's what we call a dynamic threat landscape. And all that fancy term means is that security isn't about stopping one kind of attack anymore. It's about surviving a constant, shifting storm of threats that are smarter and more varied than anything we've ever seen before.
So, at the end of the day, relying on a traditional VPN in today's world, it's kind of like trying to defend a modern city with castle walls. It's a strategy from a different time, and honestly, it's just not working.
But the good news is, a whole new philosophy has emerged to meet this crazy challenge. It's called Zero Trust Network Access, or ZTNA for short, and it completely rewrites the rules on how we grant access.
Zero Trust takes that old rulebook that says inside is safe and just throws it right out the window. Instead, it starts from a simple premise. Nobody and nothing is trusted by default. Doesn't matter if you're inside the network or outside, you gotta prove it.
This is the mantra. If you take one thing away from all this, let it be these 4 words. This is the guiding principle for all modern security. And this principle totally changes the game. The goal isn't to build one giant wall anymore. It's to create a system of intelligent checkpoints that are constantly asking, hey, are you really who you say you are, and are you even supposed to be here right now?
So how does it actually do that always verify thing? Well, it's pretty straightforward. First, it verifies your identity. Think multi-factor authentication. Second, it checks your device's health. Is its software up to date? Is the security software running? And third, and this is so important, it only gives you access to the specific thing you need and absolutely nothing more.
So let's talk about the path forward. Because adopting this way of thinking isn't just a simple tech upgrade. For any organization that wants to stay secure, it's a strategic must-do.
Okay, let's get practical. Let's put the old VPN model and the new ZTNA model side by side. You'll see the difference in security, flexibility, and just day-to-day management is, well, it's huge.
All right, check out this breakdown. When it comes to security, a VPN just trusts you once you're in. ZTNA, it never stops verifying. For flexibility, VPNs give you this wide-open, all-or-nothing access to the whole network. ZTNA, on the other hand, gives you super precise application-level access. And for the folks managing all this, you're swapping complex, messy policies for simple, centralized control. It's not even a close fight, really.
And the real-world impact of this is massive. By putting Zero Trust into practice, you slash the risk of someone getting into places they have no business being. This is one of the single most effective ways to protect your organization from a devastating data breach. And that's exactly why it's considered absolutely essential today.
So it's really important to get this. ZTNA isn't just a simple swap out for your old VPN. It is a core foundational piece of any security strategy that's actually built for the world we live in today, not the world of 20 years ago.
So we end up right back where we started, but hopefully with a totally new perspective. The threats out there are only going to get more complex. So the question you need to ask isn't just if your remote access is secure today, but if your entire philosophy of security is ready for tomorrow. Thanks for watching.